Oh, look at the extension, look at the strike, look at the laser accuracy. This golf tip is going viral right now, and it's all associated with creating a wider follow through with every single one of your clubs. At first glance, it sounds simple, but I've got a question. Why is it blowing up online? So today I'm gonna test this viral tip and break it down into 3 levels. I'll reveal who this creator is, and I'm gonna give this my rating. Whether it's gold, silver, bronze, nah, and if it's below that, well, that will be revealed. First up, what does it promise to fix? I see this with one of my lessons called Kev actually. He comes into this golf ball and he's a little bit cramped in here. Now this is so detrimental to power. It's also extremely detrimental to causing fat and thin strikes. What this drill promises is that you will achieve this iconic position here, where that right shoulder is down towards the ground. You know how those tour players keep that feeling here? It also promises that this extension of these arms on the way through, and that ability to do it time after time after time. Tell you what, that is a blooming good hit. So let's start with level 1. And the first level is all around pushing this handle. So this bit here through from hip height on the way down to hip height on the way through. But you have to make sure you keep your chest back like this. So it's not pushing the handle through and the chest. The idea this coach starts with is from here to here. Really feels that you're pushing that handle towards target whilst keeping your chest back. Now, he just tells you to hit multiple shots. How I've added my little flavor to this, and it's just giving you, you know, like a little bit more of a visual aid, a little bit more of a reference point, and I love these kind of things because we can all get a little bit lazy. So simply, when you're addressing that golf ball, I want you to place an alignment stick a club head inside your lead foot. By all means, if you don't have an alignment stick, for sure, just use that as a golf club. Firstly, just create some practice swings where you keep your chest behind, or what feels over this alignment stick, not ahead of it, whilst throwing that handle and pushing that handle as far as you can to target. Just a little bit of something like this. Oh, look at the extension, look at the strike, look at the laser accuracy. If you've not hit subscribe, that shot right there, and this addition, a little bit of sauce to this drill, definitely deserves a subscribe. And level 2, you beautiful golfers, is around rotation. I just want to stress at that first point, you put your ball position where 7-iron would be, which is just ahead of center, the alignment stick here, and we're just making these swings. I really feel like I'm pushing this handle through, and that's what this coach described. And if you're looking for these arms to be extended through, which I'm sure you are if you want to improve your ball striking, then this is crucially important. In fact, it's a non-negotiable. You don't get this, you can't achieve anything else going forward. So level 1 and level 2 are 100% for every golfer. Now let me show you this, and this is exactly what this coach explains. If, right, I don't rotate my chest and I keep everything square onto this golf ball, look where I push my arms, okay? If I then want to get to my follow through, look how my arms have to bend. That's about as far as I could go, keeping these arms extended and wide. However, if I rotate, can you see how now, quite easily, I am moving this extension around and through? So the logical idea you've got to have here is, on the way back, our right arm does fold. But in order to have that extension, we've got to feel we're pushing the handle and rotating through. And I've got a brilliant way in which we can add this to your swing. Let's build from what we had at level 1 and bring it into level 2. So what I want you to feel here is, we're placing a golf club directly down our ball to target line. What we're trying to do is get our feeling of our shoulder to be over this line here, causing me to rotate. If it wasn't over that line, and I sort of felt like I was here, we've got a great reference point for what is right and what is wrong. So have some fun and feel as though our chest, our hips and our knees are fully through to target, and really feeling as though our right shoulder is over this alignment stick. I would still at this stage just keep it around that 3/4 length swing. So you're creating a lovely 90-degree angle down here and simply just hit a shot away, working on don't let the chest go past this line and the right shoulder around. I think you could throw a blanket over all those three. Look where I have finished. That is level 2. I think at this point, I'm really enjoying this drill because it's giving us some focus points on how we achieve it in a step-by-step guide. And this golf coach does it so well. I like the idea of having the first bit. Just feel as though you throw the hands through. And the next bit, the rotation. But what he does stress is, have to have all three to make this work as sweet as a nut. The final part of this in level 3 is feeling that extension and side bend. And if you look at all top players and how they seemingly get that ability to get that relationship to the golf ball the same no matter on the way back and on the way through. Now, the third and final level to this is to feel a little bit of extension, a little bit of side bend. The way to explain this is simply think of a plug socket between the middle of your chest and your belt buckle. If we lengthen that, that is extension. Now, we don't want that to work this way. If we have extension with the rotation we've already looked at in this video and add in this side bend, that is the recipe to keeping these arms extended for longer. Let me show you. I've got a brilliant way we can bring this in, which is one you can do from home to really level up and put my own flavor on this drill. Let me show you. If we rotated and had side bend on the way through, but we didn't keep extension, can you see how I would have to bend these arms much earlier? If I didn't, I would just plow this club straight into the ground. However, if we have the side bend, a rotation and extension, can you see how my arms have the space to move more away from my body? Let me show you those differences. If I rotate and have the side bend but don't extend my body, this has to give in much earlier. The flip side of that, the good version of that, this right here, this chest extending up and through. So we've got our first level, which we said, throw that handle as far away as you can, but don't let the middle of your chest go over this alignment stick. To get that rotation at level 2, feel as though your right shoulder works over this alignment stick. To bring in that final piece to this puzzle, this is what I would call like a huge awareness drill. Now, the tip that we saw and we're reviewing right here suggested to hit some shots, which is brilliant. But I often find, and so many golfers ask me, how do I know if I'm doing it right or wrong? Well, just create some one-handed swings, and you're looking to feel as though this alignment stick works down the golf club we place on the ground, whilst your chest is pointing over the flag. Really nice and simple. Just make some practice swings, really feeling that extension on the way through and that rotation. I love this because we've layered up 3 levels to get to the point now where we've got a recipe for extension on the way through. It's pushing the handle, it's rotating with side bend, which is this, and that extension. Really, you work through those 3 levels. That's why I really enjoy this tip, but adding some little drills that keep you accountable levels this up even more. Let's hit that final shot away, and now it's time to hit some fuller shots. Really having that idea of what we've been working towards. Oh, look at this shot. It's a little bit right of target, but at exactly the same line we hit the others. Really had that sensation of this on the way through. So how would we rate this tip? I think if we look at it like this, I love how this tip has been broken down into 3 sections. I think adding these little flavors of the little accountable drills levels it up even more. But I'll be honest, this tip from Eric has to be a gold standard tip. And that way, I definitely think it's one that you should be entering into your game and your practice rehearsal if you're looking for some extension through this golf ball with the arms.